What a first segment there. Lynn and I were doing a little boogieing out here, and I think I threw my back out.
I think you did. I think you did, but he'll be fine. Not to worry, not to worry.
Hello there. I'm Paul Anthony with Lynn May and James Last, who's out there conducting the orchestra.
Yes, yes. And we thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are all enjoying your music, and we look forward to asking you lots of questions about how you do this. And Paul is going to be telling you about all the reasons there are for you to call your public television station.
I'm going to do it from another
But you're going away now. You'll see him in just a minute. Goodbye, Paul. Well, what a dynamic show, and wasn't it wonderful to watch the orchestra and the audience having so much fun? And of course, as we said, we are in the studio this evening with James Last, who's given us permission to call him by his given name, which is Hans, but we can even call him Hansi. So this evening, Hansi and I are going to be answering some of your questions about how he does this wonderful music. But first, here's Paul Anthony to tell you about some thank you gifts I think you'll be interested in. Hansi, got to ask you right off the bat, is it true that 93% of people in Germany, or is it all of Europe, know who you are?
I haven't asked them more, you know, but
it's true.
Some people say so, yeah.
Yes, I've heard that it's true. And of course, more and more people here in America know who James Last is because of your wonderful music. You've been doing this for more than half a century. Why do you still do it? You could be fishing.
Fishing? Oh, I like music. Music is my life, and that's what I have to do, I think, my whole life.
Go ahead. I thought you were going to say something else about it there. I thought you were about to get cranked up. Is public broadcasting a good place, a good venue for you? It certainly is for us as viewers.
Yeah. We did some TV shows in Germany, but PBS here in America is doing a very, very good job for us. And maybe we go on tour in the next springtime. We're working on this. So
let's say that once more in case people missed it. You're thinking about touring in the springtime.
That's right.
And remember that. And of course, for our public broadcasting station, viewers, they can say, we saw him first right here on public broadcasting, right?
Yeah.
How do you get the energy up when you get up on stage? How do you get up for it after so many years?
On stage, you know, it's the music, it's the rhythm, it's the people there and the audience. So it's, for me, it's fantastic. A lot of people my age, they go to Cure. I say, I go on tour.
That's true.
I go on tour.
Some people go for cures, others go for tours, and we're going to Paul Anthony right now because he's going to give you some reasons for giving us a telephone call right now. Here's Paul. James Last, you are incredible. Is he wonderful? And you know what? I saw you out there dancing. They were dancing in their living rooms. You had them out of their seats.
I hope so.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, and we're going to talk about that. Another great set of songs. It's really amazing, isn't it? The energy of the orchestra and the audience. It's really catchy. Hello, I'm Lynn May, and I'm here in the studio, as you can see, with the incomparable James Last. And are we not fortunate to have him? And of course, this is the best reason to ask all of our viewers to pledge their support for this local public broadcasting station. Just call that number on your screen right now, and I believe we're going to have a chance to talk to James Last just for a second before we talk about thank you premiums. We're going to do that. How much of what we saw is spontaneous and how much of it is choreographed?
There's nothing choreographed. Everything is, you know, they change every night. They're dancing this way. I never know what's going on. So, but it's fun. Sometimes it's called that's my best painting. It's not from Rembrandt.
Yes.
Had no frame, but it's live.
All right. We're going to talk more with you, but right now we're going to Paul Anthony, who's going to tell you about some thank you gifts for you. Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul. How are you?
It's exciting and innovative. You can come in at any level, and it's affordable. Where else? How much would a concert ticket cost if you were going to get out of your living room, find your shoes, and go out into the world? Now, of course, we want people to do that, don't we, Jim?
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope so, yeah.
We do.
Everybody
But not everybody can do that, or it's just not convenient. Babysitters, you know, all of those things. So believe
With
me.
the baby.
Bring the baby. Bring the baby. Oh, well, sure, of course. But it is affordable, and you can join at absolutely any level. Now, all right, you said that's spontaneous, and every night is different.
Right.
Tell me about your musicians. Clearly, these are the finest musicians in the world, but they make it look so easy.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm surprised by myself because they are dancing and they jump around, but the music still is first class. They do all this, it's fantastic. I can't believe it sometimes by myself. So they are great.
But you're the spark plug. You make it work.
I let them live, that's all.
Yes. And you spend time with them after hours, I understand. What do you do?
Oh, yeah, we're always together when we travel together. I'm never first class. traveling on the plane, so I always with the band together. We have dinner at night, we have dinner before the show, and we're always together, so we can everything talk out and have never problems.
You know, I have to tell people, we're on our way back to Paul, but it's really important for you to know that as casual as Hansi, James Last, seems, we are so grateful that public television is his home and that he does such wonderful programming. And it benefits you, it benefits us, and here's Paul to tell you how it can benefit you. What do you want people most to know about your music? How do you describe it? Euro, contemporary, somewhere between Lawrence Welk and Miles Davis?
Oh, that sounds funny. Really.
I know, that's funny, isn't it?
I cannot describe this.
Okay.
You know, I'm a lucky man because what I write down, that's what so many people like what I'm doing.
Yes.
And so there's no secrets and nothing. It's just I can write down. That's a lucky thought it is to me to write down what I am. You know.
We all like what you're doing. That's why we want everyone to call the number they see at the bottom of their screen right now. And here's Paul to give you some reasons why you should. Well, one thing is sure, we love James Last. You are absolutely wonderful. We are here back in the studio with James Last. I'm Lynn May, and I certainly hope you are enjoying this special as much as we are here in the studio. You know, this is PBS's second program with James Last. Did you know that? Second. Yes, and we are so proud to have him. First? Well, there was a first.
First, and we're waiting on the third.
We're going to do the third. Yes. This is very exciting. I have to ask you this. We were talking about age, and we are proud of our age. I am almost 62. I'm very young compared to this gentleman. Almost 73. Did you see him? Did you see the... How do you do it? Do you do weights? What do you do?
We do some workout.
Workout?
My wife together.
Yes.
We do jogging in the morning, swimming every day.
Right.
And enjoy our life. And play golf. Don't forget the golf.
Don't forget the golf, and I know you're a big-time golfer. Well, you know, just as you stay fit, public broadcasting also stays fit. How's that for a segue? Public broadcasting listens to you. One of the things we are best at here at Public Broadcasting is listening to what you say, because we want to stay fit for you. We want to be responsive to what you want to see for programming. We know you love James Last. That's why it's the second program you're seeing and possibly a third to see. We are asking for your support today to help this public broadcasting station keep going and to keep growing. Now, all you have to do is call the number that you see on the bottom of your screen right now and pledge your support. And here's Paul Anthony to tell you what you get when you make that telephone call. Hey, Paul, what can you say? Well, we can say a lot because it's public broadcasting and we're so proud of what we do. How do you choose the music for a concert?
Oh, when I do arrangements, I have to write the songs what I like by myself. And when I go on stage, it's the only way, to be honest, and I can only do what I like to do. So I stay behind my music and my feel. I never can change it. That's why I'm believing in this, and that's what most of the people, I think, understand.
Is there a particular part of music, though, or a particular kind? I mean, he does country. I mean, you've seen it. I was so stunned when you started doing little bluegrass, little country, and which is so much like the Irish music, of course, because it's Scotch-Irish. Do you have a favorite of all of it?
I really cannot say. It depends on the moment, what you like to hear. It's about the feeling you have. It's one day it's a classic, next time it's Ashanti or whatever. And it's the music world is so big, so great. Just music.
Absolutely. And one thing we can all say, though, that it's about entertainment. And where do you find better entertainment than right here at PBS? And here's Paul Anthony to tell you why you should stick with us. Music, I have a confession to make. I'm feeling just a little bit uneasy here. And that's because these telephones are very, very quiet. And think of it this way, James Last could be somewhere else today, but he cares so much about public broadcasting, he cares so much about you, and you've seen the enthusiasm that he brings to his work. We need you to bring the same level of enthusiasm to public broadcasting. Now, James, you and I both know that there are a lot of people out there sitting on their couch, tapping their fingers, popping their hands and doing all that, but they need to dial. What would you say to them right there? What would you say to them to call?
Call the number at the button on your screen. Please call, call, call.
I like it. Could you set that to music?
Yeah, one time.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so. So, you know, we're having a lot of fun here in the studio this evening, and we certainly hope that you are having as much fun. But public television works best when you participate. So, you pick up the telephone and make that call, and here's Paul Anthony to tell you how we'll say thank you to you when you do. Paul? Stuff. What do we want them to do? Call. We do. Consider this a call to action. We know that you love public broadcasting because those of us who've spent a lot of time working in public television know that you like it because you say that you do. Now, we're going to go back to the programming, but you think about going to your telephone and making a call. Now's the time to make a commitment to us. Enjoy more James Last. Coffee thing. I mean, that's absolutely wonderful. James, thank you so much for being with us this evening and for bringing us
it's a pleasure, I tell you, to be here.
I feel a little sad. Do you feel sad at the end of the evening when the music is coming to an end? Do you feel just a little bit sad?
It's never ending. It's just, you know, feel full and wait for tomorrow or next day and maybe put a tape on or DVD on and listen again. Yeah. More music
in our future. And you know, that feeling of sadness, of course, can turn into a feeling of joy because public broadcasting makes it possible for you to hear James Last again and again at home and recapture the wonderful memories of his concert. You are going to be back here again with us sometime very soon.
I hope so, yes.
Yes, we all hope so, but it's up to them, isn't it?
Yeah, if you make your pledge, then we will be back, of course, yeah.
Absolutely. I must ask you this. How important do you think music is? You know, we've all talked so much about what a difficult world we've suddenly inherited. Well, not so suddenly, but we know the difficulties we're facing. What would you say to our audience about the value of the kind of music that you find on public television?
For myself, I always very special shows on PBS. And I tell you, I'm a member of PBS. I make a contribution every year and get the nice latest program I can get. So no, I'm very proud to be with the orchestra on PBS too. So if you do your pledge and make your clash on the number on the bottom of the screen here,
yes.
That's the number, then
yes.
We will come back.
This is true.
Do some more.
We will.
Some more
yes.
Very good shows.
And I thank you for being with us this evening. And as James Hansi Last said, look at that number on the bottom of your screen, make that telephone call, and now for your pleasure, we go back to more wonderful, wonderful music. Thank you very much for your calls. James, for the last time this evening, and I can see out of the corner of my eye that Paul is coming over to join us, and all I can say is I hope they've had
I thought it would never happen. That would never happen. Not for you, not for you.
It's a love thing, that's what it is. What a nice evening. Do you think they had as much of a good time out there as we did?
We've been boogieing during the show and having a good time.
It's true.
Operators are getting into it. You know,
yeah. We were doing the, twist.
The twist,
yeah.
The twist.
Well, it's not really, didn't go with Rock Around the Clock, but
well,
that's,
I know,
it's easy now. You know.
Where else can you have this much fun but public broadcasting,
That's
I
right.
say.
Exactly right.
Yes, do you want to close? Or?
Sure, why don't
You're
you
here?
do it? Why don't you do it?
James, thank you. You are
Thank you very
wonderful.
much, Dana. Very great.
The public broadcasting audience is very fortunate to have you. We are fortunate to have you as part of this family. Go to your phones. You still have time. And thank you very much for being with us this evening.
Indeed. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.